Hey guys, welcome back to Eyecraftmc. In the last episode, we went out to the local witch hut and found a very strange substance, Substance X. We're going to be building a laboratory to find out what it is, but before we do that, we're going to make today's banner of the day. Today's banner starts with a black banner and a white die. The white die is in the pattern of a white saltier. The next pattern is a brown inverted chevron, which is this pattern right here. Next we're going to go on to a black chief, which is a black at the top of the banner, looks like that. Then we're going to go on to a magenta base, which is this pattern right here. There we go, magenta base. Then we're going to go on to a black border indented, which of course is this pattern right here. And we're going to end off, last but not least, with a black border, which is this pattern right here. And you can see what it is. It's a banner, like a beaker banner, or a banner of a chemical, basically. And yeah, so I thought this would be a pretty cool banner, pretty appropriate for what we found. I think it kind of reminds me of what Substance X looks like. So it's kind of a cool looking banner that looks like a chemical. So yeah, we'll just throw that up here. But yeah, that'll be today's banner of the day. Anyway, I've gotten a bunch of supplies together for what we can build the laboratory out of. I think this laboratory will have to include a whole lot of different types of equipment in it, so we can perform lots of different tests on this substance and also just find out exactly what it is. And yeah, I think in general too, obviously we're not going to be building a whole laboratory just for one thing. I think there's a lot of other cool things we can do with a laboratory, and I think there's so much stuff in Minecraft. I think we can really do a lot with this. So what we're going to start out with is grabbing the materials we'll be using. We're going to be starting with blocks of quartz and turning those into pillars. I'll probably make about a stack of pillars to start off with. I don't want to use up all of my quartz just right away, but we'll start with about a stack of pillars, and we'll start off with some light gray concrete and some gray concrete with a bit of white concrete. This will basically form the walls of the lab. So we're going to start off by making the first wall right here. So we're going to go up probably 5 or 6 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think 6 blocks is a good number. Then we're going to basically go over with this. So there'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So we'll just start over here then with that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we're going to go over here and we'll have those 5 blocks there. This will basically form a large room for us to have most of our experiments in. So we'll just build this over here like that. And we'll basically do the same thing over to about here. So then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we'll build over here. And yeah, these will just be the frames of the walls. And then we'll fill up the walls with some cool glass too. I forgot to grab that. We have a whole bunch of really cool glass in here we'll have to grab here in a second. Actually, it looks like I'm going to have to go down here anyway, because I need to craft some more of this. So here we go. Got some light blue stained glass. That should be perfect. So we'll just go over here and build this wall right here. So we're going to go up again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll have 6 tall and 5 tall for the room. And then once we go over here, we'll just go to sleep real quick, since of course we don't want to be pestered by mobs. So look like this. And yeah, this build is about 2 blocks away from the tree farm, so we'll have a nice little amount of walking room. So we'll just go to bed here right quick. I can see the moon. I'm not sure why I can't go to bed yet, but I think that has to go just as soon as it touches the very bottom of the horizon there. That should mean I can go to bed, yeah, like that. So that's perfect. And now what we can basically do is complete the lab. So what we're going to do is we're going to, over here, place down blocks starting probably about here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This small panel here will be a little bit different than the rest, but here's this. And then I forgot I don't have a lighter on, that's fine though. So then all this will have mostly glass. So what we're going to do is we're going to see kind of where there's good divisions. So this is 3, that's a good division. Then there's 2, 1, 1, 1. So I'm thinking the main door to this laboratory will probably be here. So let's kind of get that ready. So the frame for that, let's see, we have 4 that side, 4 that side. So we can have the door be about like this. So then what we'll basically do with this is have pillars going up like that and basically just forming a big archway like that. Then we're going to fill this in with concrete like this. So all this will have concrete in it, and then we're going to also grab this and put in some more of the slabs here to make sure there is a floor underneath there, since of course we don't want the doors just to be over dirt. So we have some iron doors actually here, but we'll put those in a little bit later. So then what we're going to do here is probably get some dark concrete, and basically around the very edge here, we're just going to build out one with dark concrete, so we just have a nice base to put all of our windows on. I think that'll look really good. And we're also just going to have right above here the exact same thing, 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks up. So then basically this will have the concrete up there too, and we'll probably actually have the what is this, quartz pillars. So we're going to probably go up, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll probably just start it there. So we'll just go over like this. That goes 3, and then in 1, 2, and then we'll just kind of do this zigzag pattern for a while. Let's just get rid of all these extra blocks we don't need like this. Alright, and we can get rid of this block right here. Looks like that's stuck up there actually. Grab that, and we can just go up there to obviously grab all the blocks that we missed, since we don't want to waste anything. Yeah, we can basically just do the same thing starting over here. Actually, this goes down one. Yep, perfect. So we'll go like this, 3 over, and then 2 over, and then 1 in, like that. We can basically just break all these extra support blocks. Yeah, this will just kind of be like the main window frame type idea, and this kind of nice round shape to it should really complement the whole laboratory and really give it that scientific look I think we're looking for. So there we go. And then I'm thinking we can probably go in with basically the same pattern over here, but we're going to have some side doors here. So what we're going to basically do is put on some full slabs here of the stone slabs. So we're just going to fill in slabs like that. And then we're going to probably just take some normal concrete and put it all in here, like all this, just kind of fill all that in except for the 2 block gap, like that, perfect. And we're just going to build up here real quick just to get the concrete up here, since we don't want to waste any concrete. I mean, I know it's quite a cheap material, but there's no point wasting. So we'll just put these around here like this. These will be facing upwards, not sideways. And when it's like this, it'll kind of just frame it off real nice like that. So then we can just go back down the way we came. Grab all this, and then basically just fill that all in with the light blue glass. I believe we have a bit more in here too. And because these are the blocks, we can actually do it like this without it having any annoying edges. So we can just fill all this in like this. We can just have this really cool looking look. I think this just looks really cool because, you know, laboratories really do often are very modern buildings, right? I mean, they're the pinnacle of science and discovery, things like that. So obviously you want them to look quite modern and new. So there's that. I think that looks looking super awesome. And yeah, we can basically just keep doing that, filling this all in like this. And I'm thinking over here, we're going to have this part of the lab be a little bit taller than the rest. So what we're going to basically do here, let's see if we have any more quartz. We have a bit more quartz. We're just going to grab that and make it all into these pillars. These pillars are basically just going to be around the edges. So we're just going to go up like this and break this block here. Then once we're up here, we're going to actually put this back so it's the right shape. So like that, and then this area here will be a little bit taller than the rest. So we're just going to go over a little bit, probably about to here, and just go up 1, 2, 3, probably just 3, and then just basically go over like this. And this will be a bit of a higher area of the lab that'll just yeah, just be an area for any experiments that need to be particularly tall. This should work, so we'll go up like that, 1, 2, 3, like that, perfect. And we'll do the same thing here, 2, 3. And hopefully this will fit in correctly. We can also maybe put some offices up here or something like that. We'll see what we can do. Alright, I'm thinking that's going to look pretty good there. And then we can basically just go up 3 like this and go over here. And I'm not actually sure if we'll have quite enough to finish this off. Hopefully we will, but if not, that's totally fine, because what we can actually do is in this panel right here, we can just get rid of all these right here because it goes up already, and that'll just make it look perfect. So there you go, like that, and then we can just place those that go over like that. Now on second thought, I probably should have brought some scaffolding with me, but it should be fine. So we'll go like this and place this over like this, and then that should fill almost all this in. We still have these ones right here, so hopefully that'll be enough to just about finish it off. Looks like we'll have a little bit, in fact, one extra, which is a little funny, but that's fine. So we can basically just grab this whole layer here. We don't actually need any of this layer right here because, again, this will be supported upwards. Plus we have all this here too. So let's grab all this and then make this go up like there. So there we go. Let's just place that one last block. Then we can start on getting the walls completely finished. So yeah, to basically do the walls, we're just going to be getting the rest of our concretes in here, which are all in this. So we have this concrete, this concrete, this concrete. Perfect. And yeah, I'm thinking we can probably just do a similar window pattern here like that. I guess actually the window pattern would go like this. So we can go like that And then of course place down the stained glass here like this, and we can have a really nice little square window here. Probably just do the exact same thing over here, since these walls really don't have to be too unique from each other, although of course we will have some walls that don't have any windows at all, just because we don't want to have every window to have access to light, since you know some chemicals are photosensitive, or what that basically means is that if they're touched by light, then they can get ruined. So like that, and then we can basically just make this all be concrete. I think that would be a fine wall. Maybe just to keep up on the look though, what we can totally do is still have the bottom be gray concrete and the top be gray concrete, and then just fill it with light gray concrete instead of filling it with light blue glass, which I think would just look cool. So yeah, I'll go in like this and kind of just make a big old pattern here. We can even maybe put a special window pattern here. So we'll just go up like this and basically just complete the frame around like that, and kind of just have that all be blocked off. Right, if we can just reach it while jumping, so it's just fine. There we go. I don't even think we can reach that one quite yet, but that's fine. So we'll just place this around here and place the rest of the gray concrete here. Gray concrete is actually one of my favorite blocks. I think it's super cool looking and really has that modern look to it. I think just the right texture, stuff like that. So yeah, I'll go around like this, and we'll probably have an actual second layer in here, maybe a glass window up there since it is quite tall. So yeah, I'll go in like this, and then we can basically just put in a whole bunch of light gray concrete like this. We'll probably just go 3 on the side, so 1, 2, 3, and then on this side we'll put in, this side will be a bit different, but we'll stop it about here and go in like this. Alright, we placed a few back there, we'll just grab those real quick, but that's fine. Perfect. Alright, so we have these 3 here. And what we can basically do is we can basically have an interesting little window pattern like this, where we just have little windows, like little strips of window like this, and we can use those to fill in the rest of this wall, which is super cool. All like this, and I think that really is going to make a nice modern looking wall. Yeah, I really like that. And then this wall over here, what we're going to do is we're going to grab these blocks and make them go over like this, if we have just enough. Perfect. And then this will all be concrete. And then what we're going to do is we're going to grab ourselves some more glass, and we're just going to go right up here and fill this all in with glass. And actually that one needs to be concrete, which is fine, so we'll go like that, put in all like that, and that's perfect. Alright, we actually also need some scaffolding, so I'm just going to run back and grab that real quick. Alright, well I went back and got myself some scaffolding, as well as blaze rods and popped chorus fruits. And the reason why I actually have those is because you can use these to actually craft end rods, which is actually a really not very well known crafting recipe, but you can totally make end rods, and I think it's a really cool light decoration that I think, you know, is quite modern looking, so I think it'll really fit into the lab. Anyway, so what we basically want to do is get the rest of these blocks, and I think the wall for over here should be an interesting mix. So I'm thinking what we could actually do here is basically do a system of basalt intertwined with windows, and I'm thinking what I could do is 2 basalt and then 2 windows, so kind of in strips like this. So we'll go like this, and then we'll get some windows, and basically just throw in a whole bunch of window in here. So you just kind of have these windows being supported by the basalt. Now I know for now we're kind of just looking at this mountain, but or this bit of dirt, not really a mountain, not what I call 2 blocks up, but anyway. But once we get rid of that eventually, I think it'll be a really good view of whatever other buildings or whatever other things will be there eventually. So here we can just fill all this in, and that should be almost the last wall done. Then we just have to go onto the roof, and the roof is going to be super cool. The roof is basically just going to be all made out of white concrete, and because the white concrete is such a easy block to get, but also a nice looking block, we can totally fill the entire roof with that without having to run out. And if we do run out, we can always just get more, since of course it is quite easy to craft. Same with the gray concrete. I think we'll need to get a little bit more of that in a minute here too, but I think that just makes a really nice wall, and it really shows it off well. So we're going to do with this white concrete is we're just going to head up here. Now that we have scaffolding, we actually can do that without having to break any blocks, so we'll just place that up there. That's a little bit too high, but that's fine. So let's go like this, and then break this off like that. Alright, another thing we have to do real quick is grab ourselves these iron bars. Those are going to be really, really useful, and I can't think of anything else we're going to need right up there just yet, but that should be good for now. So when we head up here, what we're going to basically do is, just cover the entire roof in white concrete, and the white concrete will basically just be what'll be the roof of this building, of course. So we'll just fill it all in around here, and this will basically just kind of cause a nice roof. And it's interesting, if you look at it, the white concrete's actually a little bit bluish and kind of has a bit of a gray look to it, almost compared to the compared to the white. It's interesting if you look at both blocks, you can kind of see how the white concrete isn't actually as white as the not terracotta, but as white as the quartz is, which is really interesting. So it definitely is a different building block, which I quite like. I think it's quite an interesting and unique building block. So we'll just fill all this in, all like that, and fill this last little bit in here like this. All right, and we can basically do here is put in not exactly a skylight, but a bit of a skylight. So what we're going to basically do is go like this, and then these, the quartz here is actually going to be going across here. This will basically be the last little bit of the quartz will be used for this. What we're basically going to be doing is going to be having a window on the side like that, and then we'll just fill all this in. So we'll just put all this in like this, and then yeah, we'll just put a window in between there. Maybe a bit of an interesting window. We could actually, what an interesting pattern we could do is if we go every other like this, then we can actually have kind of a checkerboard type window, which would be really, really cool. Yeah, so we can basically just keep placing it on like this, and this will just form a checkerboard. We can put the windows in. That'll also just kind of save glass, so we don't use up all of our glass on just the outside of the building. We can definitely use some of that glass for parts of the inside as well. I think this will just be a nice little light source, but also kind of look like ventilation, which is in a way what this will be, because every laboratory does need a good system of ventilation, since oftentimes there can be toxic fumes or other such undesirable things inside of a laboratory that you wouldn't want to just be there for you to smell and maybe get sick or something like that. So we'll just go like this and keep filling this all in like here. And we can basically just fill all this in, and I think it'll also just look nice. I think, you know, this type of like kind of not creamy white, but just kind of pure white color is quite a modern color, along with the dark gray kind of like I found often like black and white colors now are becoming quite popular in modern buildings. So I think it really does work really well for something like this. So we can just fill all this in like here. And it looks like we're actually going to be running out of white concrete. That's totally fine, because the great thing about building with concrete is that concrete is super easy to get. So if we can actually, let's see if we can do this jump. Let's see if we can do it. Let's see. Oh, we're nowhere near. Good thing we have feather falling. That would hurt very badly. But yeah, basically what we can do is we can grab ourselves a bit more concrete, and I'll be right back. Alright, well I got the concrete, and I also got some torches, because I was just realizing here I haven't lit anything up, which basically means as we put this roof in, we're going to get tons and tons of mobs spawning. So I'm just going to temporarily put all these torches down, so that eventually when we do not need these torches here, we won't have mobs to have to clear away. So there's that. Anyway, I like this also little open area here. I think it's good to have a bit of a more open area in the lab, since oftentimes labs have super high roofs. Also, I'm sure I've probably said lab in this video, I don't know, maybe 100 times, but anyway, we'll finish the roof of this laboratory. Another thing I was thinking is that roof vents would make a lot of sense. So with those iron bars, we could actually make some really cool vents from the roof that would basically just make like kind of like a fan, like an air release type thing. So that would just be super handy and also make sense to how a laboratory works. So I'm thinking we could probably put those out here, just in kind of little random places. So like for instance here, we could go kind of like this. I think that might work. Let's see what it would look like really. Yeah, I think like that really would look kind of like what I mean. In fact, what we could really just honestly do is just do like one block ones. I don't really think they need to be very big. So that'd probably be the best thing of doing that, is just kind of having like, let's see, 3 out here maybe. We could go like that, and then over 1, 2, you kind of go like this, and basically just have some vents like this. We could kind of have one, let's see, 3 blocks, so 3 blocks over like this. We could kind of just dot them around the roof like this, so we basically just have a way to let any harmful gases or anything like that escape. So there's that, and we can just throw in these iron bars, which is perfect. I think that looks really cool too. I like the kind of X shape it makes, which is really cool. So there's that, perfect. And the one last thing to do on the roof here before we're off, is do not do that, but is to let's see, we dropped one down here too, but yeah, it's to basically just make a small antenna, because yeah, I want to have a kind of have like a bit of a communication thing. So we're going to want to basically do is, I think about right here, we can basically go in 1, 2, let's see, 1, 2, about like this. Kind of just make a base, maybe just about 2 blocks tall. And then we can kind of just make an easy little flat radio dish here with this concrete and with the basalts. We're going to basically just do is have the top bit go out one more like this. and then we'll basically just, it's kind of hard to see just right now, but we'll basically make this be a 4x4 thing. So we'll go like this. That's almost enough. Yeah, kind of like radar or something like that. That'll really just be a cool addition, I think. Alright, that's almost done. So then just go like this around here. In fact, we could actually do, which would be really, really cool, is if we just make a little bit different. If we just move this around a little bit. So if we just got rid of this, and then we basically made it be 3 blocks. So we'll probably just make it go in this way so it's a little bit more symmetrical, like that. Then we can basically, yeah, just kind of have this be the antenna, and we can just have it have a stand coming down like this. In fact, the stand would be perfect as basalt, since that kind of looks like it's kind of some kind of metal. So we can go like that. I think that looks awesome. And then we can just go one more forward, and that'll complete it. And it'll basically just be a 5x5 antenna type thing, like this. And then we can, on the front here, basically just in the very middle here, kind of have a wire that's sticking out just as the antenna. So let's see if we can do this. Actually, I think that would go a little different. Probably up like this, and we can basically just have it around like this, and just kind of up and over. So we can go over one, and then up one, and then over one, and then up one and over one in just a little ways, like that. I think, yeah, that looks like sort of like a antenna like that. And yeah, I think that would just make sense to have on the roof. I'm not going to jump off here, but yeah, there we go. In fact, if we make it maybe double thick, that'd kind of make more sense. We can even just throw some of these up here like that. That might look cool. Just some kind of a little bit of iron decorations, a bit of a reinforced look. So we can go like this. And yeah, maybe just have it be a little bit more centered. Make it go down one. And that's 4. And then go one more out. So like this, and like this, and like this. In fact, at the very top, we could make it look really cool by just putting this here, and then we could have like this. Does that look pretty good? Like the antenna. Yeah, I like that. That looks sort of like an antenna. All right, perfect. So then there's that, and we can jump off the roof. There we go. Yeah, I think that's basically the outside of the laboratory done. A little bit left to do though. I think that top window needs to quickly be filled in. I think we do have the materials for that just on us, which is perfect. So we can basically just go. Just kind of pattern like this, and in fact, let's just throw some iron bars in here. I think it's cool to have different types of windows, and I think iron bars do make a form of window, so we can break that and break this, and I think, yeah, that's basically the exterior of the laboratory done. Actually, one more thing as well I forgot is we can also do the doors, which we can basically do with these iron doors, and we also have some pressure plates, so we can just throw these up like this. Obviously, I think iron doors make sense since labs have top secret inventions and things, so we have to have the security of the iron door. Yeah, there we go. There's the outside of the laboratory done. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to press the like button, and make sure to watch the next video if it's come out yet. And if it's not come out yet, make sure to wait for it, where I build the interior of the laboratory. I hope you enjoy this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye!